at that time in my life that I would have gotten had I not gone to jail and prison. It was the power of isolation and self-reflection. But the ability to see and believe in an outcome before it transpires, that's when I connect to God. That's when I connect to my purpose. That's when the visions and the ideas hit me hard. And over time, that shaped my whole world. Like, I know where I'm going. I know why I want to get there. I know what's important to me. But the people that always post that shit online, reshare things on their story, or they post about manifestation, they're not actually doing it. They don't know what manifestation is. Welcome back to another episode of the Unstoppable Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Michael Crane. We're in beautiful Santa Barbara, California, you guys. We're going to be having a mastermind out here August 8th to August 10th. So if you want to roll out and hang out with a bunch of badasses, a bunch of high achievers, and really see what that next level looks like for you, push yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, network, build relationships, go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram, Sean_Crane_official. Shoot me the DM mastermind, and I'll share with you all the details. I want to talk to you guys today about something, a skill set, a habit, a way of living that I developed many years ago that has continuously helped me to grow and hit new levels in my life. Now, you hear a lot of successful people talk about how you have to be able to see something and believe in it before it can come true. You know, I was actually in the gym this morning, and Eric Thomas on a clip was talking about how you got to be able to see it, man. You got to be able to see it and believe in it before it can become true. And for a lot of people, that's very difficult to do because a lot of people have a goal, an idea, a thing they want to change, but the next thing they experience is doubt or fear, right? Oh, who am I to do that? Oh, what will people think? Oh, what if I fail? And so they have the opposite of belief. They have fear, and that leads to inaction. So one thing I started doing a long time ago is I started to envision the life that I wanted for myself. And I started to think about things that were important to me and experiences I wanted to have and results I wanted to achieve. And I started to put all these pieces together of what has now become a life by design that I love and cherish. A life that I worked relentlessly for 13 years to build. And this included family, finances, business, health, experiences, relationships, the house I live in, what I do every day for a living, like every detail imaginable. This only would have been possible because I had time to do it. I had a lot of time. I was sitting in a freaking jail cell. I couldn't leave. I had no job. At that time, I had no kids. I had a lot less responsibilities, but I had a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, you know, and I started carving out time each and every day to meditate and reflect on what I truly wanted and why it was important to me. And I learned an invaluable lesson at that time in my life that I would have gotten had I not gone to jail and prison. It was the power of isolation and self-reflection. You see, a lot of people out here are so busy. They get up in their lives, and from the time they get up till the time they go to sleep, they're always doing stuff. And sometimes you're busy and you're not even productive. You're checking Instagram a million times. You're on your phone doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing that. And like, you're just distracted and you're wasting so much time. And if you could develop the mental discipline and focus to be able to actually carve out time each and every day to think about what you want, to start to put those images together and to start attaching emotion, powerful emotion, why you want to attain those things to those visions. And over time, it would take on a life form of its own. Then you're going to have the opportunity to make change. Then you're going to have the opportunity to make commitments. Then you're going to have the opportunity to actually move towards that vision. That's when you need to have courage. That's when you need to have confidence. That's when you need to be relentless, okay? But the ability to see and believe in an outcome before it transpires, it is powerful and it is absolutely necessary. Very seldom do people just stumble into their dream life. Very seldom do people just wake up and have everything that they want. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's obsession in their thoughts. It's constantly envisioning what this life would be like. It's having something powerful, an emotion or a reason why behind the reason they want that life that drives them every day. And then it's the ability to take relentless and obsessed action over long periods of time. And so this is something I do every day, you guys. I have usually 2 sessions throughout the day of self-reflection and introspection. And what I mean by that is I get up every day at 4 and I have an hour carved out where I have nothing to do but drink coffee, read a book, journal, meditate, and reflect. That's when I connect to God. That's when I connect to my purpose. That's when the visions and the ideas hit me hard, right? Because I haven't got up and done a million things or jumped on my phone or checked my emails or raced out the door. Like I'm carving out intentional time to think about what I want, to reflect on why it's important, and to connect to that image, that vision. If you do this every day like I have over time, it literally changes your life, because now you're if you do an hour every day, that's 7 hours a week. Let's just say that's 28, 30 hours a month. That's a lot of time of you thinking about and focusing on your goals and your future life. And if you're journaling it and writing it down like I always do, now they start to bring that vision and those ideas start to bring on a life form of their own. Now you're out doing something. You're at work, you're at the park, you're driving, you're doing stuff. And these ideas are matriculating in your mind. You're thinking about them, you're reflecting on them. And all of a sudden, boom, an epiphany, boom, another idea. Oh, I should call this person. Oh, I need to go do this thing. Like you start to actually move towards that life, whether you realize it or not. It's subtle at first. So I do that each and every day. I've done that for 13 years. And then in the afternoon, after I've done a bunch of work calls, a bunch of content, a bunch of like on task type endeavors, right? Where I'm focused, I'm doing this thing. Like I'm not thinking abstractly. I'm thinking, I'm focused. I'm intentional on this task. I'll go out and I'll go on like a long walk around 3 p.m. or I'll go do the sauna and the cold plunge. No phone, no distractions. I'm not like on task. I'm not focused on a specific thing. I just allow my mind to start drifting and wandering. I start reflecting. I kind of reflect on my day. I think about where I'm going in my life. I start to think abstractly about things, and boom, that's when other ideas come. More of the vision starts to get clear to me. More ideas that I could take these now puzzle pieces and start to fit them together. And that always leads to some type of action. A phone call, a text message, an Instagram post, a message to a client, a message to my wife, to a family member. It's all these little nuggets I'm getting throughout the days and I'm acting upon them. And over time, that's shaped my whole world. Like I know where I'm going. I know why I want to get there. I know what's important to me. And then every single day I have a process to stay connected to that vision and materialize it, manifest it. People throw that word around all the time. Oh, manifestation, law of attraction. But the people that always post that shit online, like those, like they reshare things on their story or they post about manifestation, they're not actually doing it. They don't know what manifestation is. They think it's like sitting there and just waiting for the world or the universe to come to them. They're not in the right frequency and energy state to be able to get what they want. It's your thoughts, your ideas, your visions, and your actions aligned to an outcome. And then the right people, the right opportunities, all the right things start to transpire in your life because you are doing your part. That's what manifestation is. But you guys, I just want to share this quick clip. Like if you're not carving out time in the morning to journal and think about what you want, you're not reflecting on your day later in the day and allowing yourself intentional time alone, where you're in solitude, where you're in isolation to actually think about your life, you're going to miss things and you're going to actually slow yourself down. It's interesting, right? You carve out that time to do nothing, you actually get further ahead versus the guy that's always go, 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 go. He's so busy, head down, distracted. He can't even see all the opportunities around him. So think about that. Personal development means you are actually and actively focused on your growth each and every day. Not just doing shit, but thinking about what you're doing, being more methodical, more intentional, and getting better results over time.